Norse mythology has served as an inspiration for fiction writers for untold years. Marvel, of course, is no stranger to this, utilizing Thor as one of their lead characters and incorporating elements from Norse mythology into their own lore, often putting their own spin on the characters. One such character is Balder the Brave, portrayed here as a noble warrior and loyal friend to Thor. In one of his earliest appearances in Journey into Mystery number 104, while Odin was on a mission to Earth, Loki hatched a plan to claim the throne of Asgard by freeing both Skag the Storm Giant and Surtur the Fire Demon and setting them upon the Earth. Heimdall, with his godly senses, overheard Loki's plot and tasked Balder with aiding Thor and Odin in the coming battle. Balder's power and bravery became immediately apparent when he charged forward and shattered Skag's enormous war club with a single blow. Balder's backstory was soon explored in Journey into Mystery number 106 and 107, specifically in one of the Tales of Asgard, a recurring segment in Journey into Mystery which would tell a tale taking place in the hundreds of years prior to Thor coming to Earth and adopting the mortal identity of Donald Blake. At one point in the distant past, following a battle with the Storm Giants, Balder was accused of desertion after he turned from the battle to aid a baby bird who had fallen from its nest. Despite the protests of the other Asgardians, Odin sentenced Balder to execution for the perceived crime. Stripped of his armor, Balder stood unflinching while the master archer Tyr drew his bow and fired. However, before the arrow found its mark, a hawk swooped down and snatched it out of the air. The next to strike was his brother Honir. Honir threw his spear, but Balder was saved again, this time by the intervention of a quickly sprouting plant shooting from the ground. Finally, at Odin's command, Thor raised his hammer and prepared to strike, but his hand was stayed by that of Odin himself. As it turns out, the execution was actually a test, for it was Odin himself who summoned both the hawk and the plants to save Balder, and by remaining unflinching in the face of death, Balder proved himself worthy of the gift of invulnerability. Of course, it didn't take long for the god of mischief, Loki, to become jealous and begin looking for a way to kill Balder. By accosting the Norn queen, Loki learned that while almost every living creature had sworn to protect Balder, the tiny mistletoe did not. In other words, mistletoe was the only thing that could hurt Balder, and so Loki crafted a mistletoe dart and intended to strike down Balder while he was occupied honing his combat skills. However, before he could fire, the blowgun erupted into flames, for while the mistletoe made no pledge to protect Balder, the Norn Queen did, and thus destroyed Loki's weapon. And that's basically the origin of Balder in the Marvel Universe. If you want to hear more, check out my channel and be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon for notifications. You can also find links to my various social medias in the description below. So until next time, true believers, Excelsior!